Now, you've probably seen Nextiva show up on just about every VoIP list. PC Mag, Tech Radar, CNET, they're all big fans. But does it really live up to all those glowing reviews? That's exactly what this video is about. I've spent the past couple years testing Nextiva and comparing it head to head with top competitors. I even went through customer reviews to give you the full picture, and not just my experience. And in this video, we'll do an in-depth review of Nextiva VoIP Provider, showing you where Nextiva really shines and where there is room to improve. So we'll look at it across these 8 key areas, give each a score, and at the end, you can confidently decide if it's the right fit for you or not. So stick around to the very end and we'll share an honest verdict based on its average score. And we'll have something just for our consumer desire viewers. Check the link in the description where you can fill out the details about your VoIP needs, and the Nextiva team will match you with the plan that fits best, plus at the best possible price. Alright, let's get into it. So first up, call quality and reliability, which by the way is the backbone of any VoIP system. And here, Nextiva claims to have 99.999% uptime. And it's the gold standard in telecom. That means just a few minutes of downtime in an entire year. And my experience was no different. I mean, I remember when I ran calls while streaming videos and even during a big file upload. Literally no drops. Not a single call drop. Everything stayed crystal clear. A big reason is their HD voice. It sharpens voices, cuts background noise, and makes conversations feel like you're right there in the room with the person. And don't just go off my experience, check out Trustpilot or G2. Reliability stands out as the top reason businesses choose Nextiva. Now, to be fair, most of Nextiva's data centers are in the US, and that's on purpose. Instead of trying to be everywhere, they put their effort into fewer, stronger centers with backup built in. The result? In the US, you get steady, rock-solid performance. Sure, teams calling in from Europe or Asia might hit the odd hiccup, but that's not really a flaw, it's a choice. Nextiva focuses on keeping things super reliable where most of their customers are, instead of spreading thin and risking weaker service everywhere. And for US businesses, that approach makes it about as reliable as it gets. So, if I had to score it, I'd give Nextiva a solid 9 out of 10. Excellent reliability where it matters most. I almost gave it a 10, the only reason I didn't is their limited international coverage. Alright, next comes call management features. So Nextiva gives you everything you'd expect. IVRs to guide callers, smart routing and forwarding to get them to the right person, call queues to handle busy times, and even callbacks so nobody's stuck waiting on hold forever. And the best part? You can build all of this with their drag and drop call flow designer. Way easier than digging through clunky menus. And it doesn't stop at the basics. Nextiva supports multi-level auto attendance, so you can create layered menus like press 1 for sales, then 2 for enterprise. They've also added advanced IVR options like speech recognition, text-to-speech, and natural language routing, so callers can just say sales instead of pressing buttons. So for me, that's a strong 9.5 out of 10. You get all the essentials plus advanced IVR features when you need them. The only reason I held back from a perfect 10 is because Nextiva doesn't drown you in every niche call flow trick out there, which honestly, most teams won't even need. Alright, that was call management. Now let's jump into unified communications, their AI-powered customer experience platform. Nextiva unifies every channel, voice, chat, SMS, email, social media, into one place. So whether a customer calls, DMs you on Instagram, or leaves a Yelp review, the history follows them. Your team always sees the full story, not just fragments. AI and automation sit on top of that. Nextiva's bots can handle simple chats or calls, then pass tougher questions to a live rep. The agent sees the full context, plus the AI can suggest replies or surface relevant info on the fly. That way, customers don't repeat themselves, and reps don't waste time digging through apps. And you can even build workflows where a bot starts the conversation, an agent jumps in midway, and the bot wraps up afterwards. The same experience extends to video meetings. For daily huddles or quick client calls, it's smooth, screen sharing works, recordings are built in, and everything sits under the same subscription. You're not paying extra for Zoom just to run short meetings. Now, to be clear, Nextiva isn't aiming to replace Zoom or Teams for big events with hundreds of participants or complex breakout sessions. Instead, it integrates everyday voice, video, and chat into one workspace, so teams stay connected without friction. So for me, United Communications is a solid 8.5 out of 10. It gives you way more than the basics, keeps remote teams synced, and saves you from paying for a bunch of extra tools. The only reason it's not a 10 is that if video is at the absolute center of your workflow, you'll probably still keep Zoom or Teams in the mix. Alright, moving on to what impressed me the most about Nextiva. Its user interface. Honestly, I was impressed when I used Nextiva for how easy everything is to use. I mean, be it switching call settings, even changing your on-hold music, it's all right there and super straightforward. Look, with some VoIP tools, you end up lost, clicking through endless menus. Here, it's way simpler with drag and drop. Adding a new user takes a couple of minutes rather than waiting for IT. It's simple enough that even someone who hates tech could figure it out, and that's rare in this space. Though, when you get into the advanced stuff like setting up workflows or pulling reports, it does take a bit more patience. But honestly, it's like IKEA furniture. Most of it is simple, and only the tricky parts slow you down. So for me, Nextiva's user interface is a strong 9 out of 10. Simple and easy for anyone to pick up, with just a little complexity at the high end. Now, that's the desktop side, but once you switch to the mobile app, the story changes a bit. The idea is brilliant. It's like having your office phone in your pocket, and when it works, it's great. Calls, texts, voicemails, all synced on the go. So, I'd score the mobile app at about a 9 out of 10. Now, analytics is one area I always pay attention to, because this is where businesses either save money or lose it. And luckily, this is where Nextiva gets pretty impressive. You can track call data in detail, things like missed calls, call duration, and peak hours. Honestly, for managers, this is gold. You can spot if your support team is drowning in calls at lunchtime, or if certain agents are handling more volume than others. And based on it, you can actually act on whether that's adjusting staff schedules, refining workflows, or spotting bottlenecks before they turn into problems, and even see how many sales you might have lost from missed calls. That's the kind of insight that directly impacts revenue. So Nextiva's reports give managers plenty to act on. However, some competitors add live dashboards for real-time monitoring, where a manager can watch calls in progress, track quality metrics like jitter or packet loss, and even drill down by department in the moment. But that's mostly a contact center need. And for small and mid-sized teams, that's more than enough to tweak schedules and workflows. But if you're managing hundreds of agents across multiple locations, that gap will show. So yeah, analytics gets a solid 9 out of 10. It gives managers the data that actually matters without drowning you in charts. Okay, now the elephant in the room, pricing. Now, this is an area where I see a lot of businesses confused. The core plan looks attractive, under $15 per user, and for what it is, it does its job. It's built for very small teams or solopreneurs who just need reliable calling and basic VoIP features at a low cost. However, I usually recommend the Engage plan, about $25 per user. That's where Nextiva stops being just a phone line and becomes a full communications hub. You get 2,000 toll-free minutes, SMS with customers, and live website chats with bots. That mix is a true value. Imagine a customer browsing your site, hitting chat, and then seamlessly switching to a call or text, all managed by your team in one dashboard. That's where businesses actually feel the difference. Quick heads up, features like advanced analytics or call recording are sold as add-ons. Pretty normal, but it means your bill is often higher than the sticker price, and most businesses do need at least one. Now, of course, no plan is perfect. Even at the Engage level, AI tools are still basic. You'll get voicemail transcription, but not smart summaries or live coaching. And one more consideration, international calling. Nextiva gives you unlimited calling in the US and Canada, plus 2,000 toll-free minutes in Engage. But once you go international, you pay extra per minute. For US-based businesses, that's fine. For global teams, it's something to weigh. So for pricing, I'd give Nextiva a solid 8.5 out of 10. It delivers great value once you're on the right plan, but the add-ons and narrower integration options keep it from being a perfect score. Now, here's another big one. Customer support. Nextiva is one of the few VoIP providers that actually advertises around-the-clock support, and honestly, that shows in the reviews. On Trustpilot, they average about 4.8 out of 5, with customers praising how quickly they get answers and how often reps fix things on the first try instead of just bouncing you around. Over on Captura, the average score is about 4.6 as well, which is pretty consistent across hundreds of users. From my own experience, I usually got through to someone helpful within a few minutes, and most issues were wrapped up on the first call. That said, not everyone has it that smooth. Some users do report longer wait times, but even then, once you're connected, the problem usually gets sorted. Compared to a lot of providers in this space, that's about average. You get reliability, you get availability, and you're not left hanging when something breaks. So for me, support is a good 9.5 out of 10. Not flawless, but reliable enough that most businesses can trust they won't be left hanging when something breaks. Now, I want to clarify an important point. Nextiva used to have its own built-in CRM, but that's been retired. But the good news is that the company is blending these features in with the new platform along with CRM's integration. Plus, Nextiva already has strong integrations with leading CRMs like Salesforce, HubSpot, and Zoho. And honestly, that's not a bad thing, because if you're a growing business, chances are you already have or plan to have a CRM you like. By integrating smoothly with popular tools, Nextiva gives you flexibility without forcing you into a system that may not fit. Now moving to the final segment. Does Nextiva live up to the hype? Looking at this scorecard, and if I average everything we've covered, call quality, features, pricing, analytics, support, Nextiva comes in at about a 9 out of 10. Strong in the areas that matter most, with a few places where it could improve. What makes it click is simplicity with advanced features. If your VoIP setup needs rock solid call quality, smooth call management, and one platform that brings voice, video, and chat together, Nextiva nails it. No app overload, no messy workarounds, just one clean hub that keeps your team and your customers connected. And with most of their data centers in the US, if you are a US based business, then Nextiva is absolutely the best fit for you. So if you want to give it a try, we've got an exclusive link in the description just for our consumer desire viewers. Answer a few quick questions and the Nextiva team will match you with the plan that fits best. Plus, you'll get the best discount possible. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you tried Nextiva? Did it make your workflow smoother, or did you run into its limits? Share your experience in the comments. If you want more straight talk reviews like this, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.